Welcome to this presentation on learning spaces. As you may already know, we're about to undergo some major renovations at our fabulous school. This presentation will explore the 6 different learning spaces that we could potentially incorporate into our new facilities. We need your help. Which one best suits our school? Could we incorporate more than one learning space? And which one may not be appropriate? We have some pretty important decisions to make. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. The first learning space we will be looking at is the personal learning space. Our school needs to provide students with the best possible learning environment. The personal learning space refers to the individual learning taking place by anyone at our school. If we decide to provide students with a personal learning space, we need to consider the following: the seating arrangements, the classroom layout, furniture provided, and other features that will make for positive personal learning. We could also facilitate students in creating a personal learning network or PLN, therefore providing the opportunity for self-directed learning. Looking at it from the teacher's perspective, we can provide our students with their own learning space, allowing them to learn at their own pace and in their own sequence. Giving students more control of their learning can motivate them to extend their thinking. Some students learn more effectively when working collaboratively or with a group, meaning the idea of personal learning space may have a negative impact on those students and their progression. The personal learning space places emphasis on students taking control of their own learning, meaning they feel responsibility to continue to learn in the classroom. Moreover, the motivation levels of those students who best work individually will be extended. A challenge of the personal learning space is the limited opportunity for collaboration and group work, meaning it might affect the student's social skills and ability to work effectively in a group. This can be challenging for students' progression through their schooling life. The next learning space is the E-space. E-space is a relatively new learning space in the teaching profession. It refers to the learning taking place with the use of digital technology in and beyond the classroom. Whether it is using Google to clarify something, or using an iPad to deepen content knowledge through the use of games and apps, students are now able to access and add to their personal learning e-space more so than ever. Providing students with more digital resources to utilize in the classroom will assist in enhancing their personal learning e-space. This might be through the addition of new iPads, new computers, laptops, interactive whiteboards, and other fabulous resources we could utilize. The e-space is always accessible, meaning teachers can utilize digital technology at almost any point in time to help students understand something. Teachers have access to many programs, applications, or games that help enhance a lesson and make it more engaging for students. A challenge of the e-space environment is that we do not always know what our students are accessing online. This could lead to students going off task or being involved in negative aspects of the internet, including trolling or bullying online. Students can access information using their e-space to broaden their knowledge about a particular topic at any moment in time. Students can also engage with their learning at all times through the access of e-space. Students may encounter some form of online harassment if they are not cyber safe whilst using any form of digital technology. The exposure to these negative aspects of the digital environment can deter students from accessing really important information. The next learning spaces we will investigate is the group, collaborative and cooperative spaces. These spaces provide the opportunity for students to work with two or more of their peers to complete a task, therefore providing a safe and open learning environment which promotes open discussion and effective learning. Our new classrooms could be built as open planned areas, which can promote students interacting socially and academically with each other. Nice large classrooms would be perfect to allow our students to interact with children of varying ages. This learning space allows teachers to be more of a facilitator to the students' learning. Students can take more control of their learning and the direction that it takes. As teachers, we must provide students with the best possible learning environment so they can thrive socially and emotionally. Although students taking control of their learning is fantastic, as teachers, we may be spending a lot more time observing the classroom and the dynamics of each collaborative group. This can take away from effectively overseeing the entire classroom. Students will be provided with an environment which they can interact socially and emotionally with one another. This provides structure which can be very beneficial from students. This learning space may be challenging for shy students who prefer to keep to themselves. We are now looking at the traditional classroom. As teachers, we will be in our comfort zone. However, this may not be beneficial to each student. In relation to our students, this learning space provides structure and a familiar environment. This again may place pressure on students to succeed academically. Not all learning is done in the classroom. By providing our students with an opportunity to learn whilst on an excursion or an incursion, we are exposing them to real-life situations. However, it is challenging to organise an appropriate and safe activity for students. Relating to students, they are given the chance to experience something different at school. This can be beneficial for some, however intimidating for others. The final learning space we will focus on is the liminal space. This is not a physical learning space, but the learning space in our mind. The space between what was and what is next. This space provides students and teachers the opportunity to discuss the process of learning. With a focus on progression and reasoning, this space can be very beneficial in a classroom. However, because it is not something physical, both students and teachers may struggle with the concept. So there it is, the 6 learning spaces we need to consider. We need the best possible learning environment for our students, so we have some pretty important decisions to make. Thank you for listening.